And well, okay.
Hello.
Hello, lovely ladies, and hello to everybody who is going to watch our little Zoom call afterwards. My name is Zori. I am a portrait photographer and I'm obsessed with women, photographing them, talking to them. And today we are going to talk a little bit and remembering our first project together, 21 Days of Real Women, that we did in 2019. It was my first project, my baby, and you are four of those amazing 21 women that I had the chance to meet and photograph. And today I can even call friends, which is so heartwarming. So welcome everybody, Astuti, Christine, Patricia, and Anne.
Thank
How
you.
are you?
Thank you.
I'm excited to be here, Zori.
Me as well. Yeah.
Lovely to see you again. Yes, lovely to dip back into that feeling of being a woman again with you and the ladies who accompanied us. It's been a very exciting journey, Zori.
Thank you, Patricia. So maybe I should tell a little bit, just a quick introduction about the project, because obviously I'm relaunching it today, but maybe there are some people who have no idea what I'm talking about right now. So in 2019, back then when COVID did not exist, I had an artistic, how you say this? I felt stuck a little bit in my artistic world, and then I needed to create something that was going to give me back a little bit of excitement and purpose. And I didn't want to do photography only to earn money from it. And then I decided to launch this project, 21 Days of Real Women, which was dedicated to everyday women like all of us here, women who have normal lives, work, kids, family, who've been through struggles in life, but things that everybody can relate to, and just celebrate those women, show them that they are beautiful in their own skin, help them accept everything about them and what society calls imperfections, and also share their life stories and inspire the public with their image, with their story, etc. And this was how the project was born. And gradually I met all of you, and I got very, very, very inspired, and we laughed and we cried together. I'm a very emotional person, so I shared all your emotions. And today I have in front some of the best. I'm really happy that you're here because your stories really, really touched me. I would say maybe we can start by just with Astuti, introduce yourself, tell us what you do in life. And also I have a specific question for you. What was your personal journey to self-love, and how important is self-love, because this is part of your profession as well. How important is self-love to the whole well-being of a woman and in general of a person?
Okay, very difficult question. How much time do we have? Thank you, Zori, for the opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Astuti Sudirjo. I am based in Zurich, Switzerland. I'm a woman. I'm proud to be a woman. It was a journey to get to where I am today. And certainly 21 days of Real Woman is a huge part of that. By profession, I am a life coach and a subconscious mind reprogrammer. And I work with go-getters basically to shift their inner landscape from success into fulfillment. And I work with their conscious and subconscious mind, basically. So my journey to self-love, I think the first step or the gateway for me for that was when I had the burnout at the end of 2008, which, basically changed everything. My perspective, outlook, beliefs, assumptions about life. For me, if there was a move, it's also the gateway for me to move from success to fulfillment. And as you know, fulfillment is not static. It's a journey that you achieve every day. Self-love is the main essence of the bridge between the two. So I grew up in a very masculine outlook and approach and behaviors. The go-getting is a very masculine energy that I've had. And since the burnout, it stopped. It was stopping because of that. And so the journey now into today is really keeping the balance between my feminine and masculine self, including, and that happens on all levels. And this project was a huge accelerator for me to own the inner queen inside me. That's basically my journey.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you, Astuti, for sharing.
Thank you.
I'm honestly a terrible host, so sorry for that. Okay. Okay, this is a general question for everybody. Because honestly, when I launched it, I felt like I don't think if anybody will be interested in participating in this. And I was truly very surprised when I received applications. So what attracted you to submit application, and really what intrigued you to participate to 21 Days of Real Women? Christine, you can start.
Okay. Sorry. I'm, when I read the introduction to your campaign, it absolutely attracted me. Just to be a normal woman and everyday woman who struggles with health. In my case, being overweight, not being 20 anymore. And I didn't know you before, but when I read those lines, for me it was clear I want to participate, and I got so nervous that I got accepted because I didn't really think I will get accepted. And I thought, what did I do? Because I never had a professional photo shoot before. And for me, it really was an amazing experience. I get goosebumps while talking about it. You really felt me, or made me feel good and comfortable. And I don't now I have to ask if I should introduce myself as well a bit, or just answer your question.
Definitely introduce yourself. Yes. No worries.
Yeah, so I'm Christine. I'm an interior designer. I live in the southeastern part of Switzerland, so far away from Lake of Geneva, in the middle of nowhere. I turned 50 last year. With 27, I had a very serious motorbike or motorcycle accident. I had a lot of surgeries. I'm still disabled or partial disabled. What was very interesting, we had to write an introduction to ourselves. When writing this, it hit me so hard because I realized that more than 20 years, I always thought that the other or the person I'm talking to needs to know that I had a motorbike accident. And I realized I am so much more than that. I'm a woman, of course, so to be back, but I changed my profession some years ago, and you know, and this was really the thing that triggered me a lot and made me think a lot. And I was thinking before or while thinking about tonight, or and it just came back again. So this was a big achievement for myself to really get aware of it. And I learned that I need to get loud, that I can show myself. It helped me a lot as personally and as well business-wise. I have to say I've got a lot of positive feedback, not only from, you know, we were a gang with 21 plus 1 women, but from everywhere, and you know, this helped me a lot. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that.
Oh, thank you, Christine. I just want to add something because you mentioned that, of course, you are a lot more than what happened to you, right? I have been telling your story many times to people who ask me about the project in specific, because I was telling them that, you know, all of you have inspired me. Yours in particular, I find it to be a very, very a strong one because of what you still go through every day, you know, and physical pain is not something to be underestimated. I honestly don't know how you do it. And I tell to myself, just stop complaining. You know, we have this tendency often as part of human nature to never be happy. Nothing is going great, and just complain for, you see at the end really an important things when other people, and I always say Christine has been through this and she still have her daily struggles, and she manages to have, I know you have the most contagious laughter, I know. And you're always,
I'm in your Joel.
You're always with a smile on your face, and this is such a great, this is not all who you are, but it's so important part of who you are, because I think that it makes you, I don't know, please excuse me, English is not my native language, but it makes you even more special in a way, you know, because it's easy to be smiley when everything is going great, you know, but when you have some pain going on every day and you're still this positive person, it's beautiful. So thank you for being that way, and your
you
story
make me cry.
really inspired me, really very much.
So much. You make me cry. Come on, stop that.
So Patricia, tell me as well, like for you, what you have as well, a very interesting story, because you told me that back then you were 71, right?
72.
72,
74
okay.
this year.
Mm-hmm. And you said that you have never been photographed before, and I was really surprised, and I was really curious why you decided. And you also have an interesting, story why you told me as well that you, at one point you even stopped looking at the mirror.
Yes. Mhm.
Do you want to tell us a little bit more, and then why you decided to join the project?
Yes. Well, also, I live on my own and I like to have a busy life. So I'm a Jungian analyst and I work. I'm an author, a writer. That's part of my life too. I'm a seminar leader. I do lots of things. I belong to different groups. But yes, no time to look in the mirror. And no impulse really. But and I think I was pushed into the ring because I didn't know you. And I think it was Michelle Giuliano was pushing me into the ring, or Denise Nickerson. And the surprise was that I go in and we meet, and the hairdo and the makeup was something so simple. It seemed to be, everything seemed to happen so simply. And then at the beginning, you're sort of, how, I don't know how to be. But then it was just being. It was like really in a liminal phase, in a liminal sphere, where it doesn't matter what you look like, just be. And I went from that to this.
Oh,
Wow.
you're so sweet.
Which is such an exciting picture, because that was it. It was kind of, here we go, let's try again. And it was a fabulous experience. I know I'm a woman. I like being a woman. I was born a woman, despite the intensity of the patriarchy around me. But you make us all so proud to be women. I mean, we were all beaming when we met together. It was a very, very special occasion. The energy, that essence of femininity that was just oozing out. It was just fabulous to be a woman. And yes, it came, like I said, you don't photograph people's faces, you photograph their souls. And that's the difference between you and any other photograph. I have known many. I've worked with different ones, not for my own portraiture, but in different fields. And you're the one who reflects the soul of the person. And I'm really grateful for that, because it just carried me through. Even my brother, he said, wow, who's that?
Wow.
So yes, thank you, Zuri. It was a wonderful experience. And all the ladies there, the girls, because it was very girly, a very girly atmosphere. It was a young atmosphere. It doesn't matter what age you are. I'm the oldest in the group. It was like just being one of the girls. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you, Patricia, for sharing. I'm very grateful that I have met you. And for those who don't know, when I photographed Patricia, I kept on looking at the camera and I was saying, you're my Sophia Loren. You look so much like Sophia Loren. I'm photographing Sophia Loren. And it was, I remember it was a true discovery for you, when I was showing you the images, and you were quite surprised. I'm happy that they can be like a beautiful reminder and a daily boost for what you're already doing. That is fantastic. Thank you very much.
This just fell out of a book today, this picture. So
you look beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. So Anne, your turn. Introduce yourself, please. And you can tell me what was a little bit about your journey. What was the reason you wanted to share your story as well?
Okay, so lovely to be here. I wear a few hats, for me they're all important. So one of my hats is being a wife and mother, and that's very important to me. Another one is homeschooling. I'm a homeschooling mum, and loving that more and more. And also, so I'm a life coach, I'm an NLP master practitioner, and I'm a lightning process coach as well. So basically what I do is I teach people how to switch off illness pathways and switch on health pathways, using the neuroscience mind-body connection. So, and that's a big passion of mine, and yeah, see lots of change. Why did I do this? I like stepping out of my comfort zone. I've noticed this in my life, that there are times in my life where I'm like, okay, I just need to do this. And when I saw your ad, I felt like it was the right time. I'd been struggling with body image my whole life, and I'd made some progress, and I thought, oh, this will be interesting to be confronted to a professional camera, loving at a point in my life where I loved myself more, but I really still struggled to look at myself in the mirror and to see myself with love. And so it was very confronting that time. It was a beautiful experience because it was seeing myself as a sexy woman, I think, for the first time. But at the same time, there was these voices in my head going, you're ugly, you're not good enough, da 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 da. And and then there was you going, and flirt with me. I'm like, what? She wants me to do what? And it was this whole mix of emotions and experience, and it was really unforgettable. And then when you would show me the pictures on your camera, I was like, wow. And I was very nervous that day because I didn't know if one of your dresses would fit, because I was quite overweight, and that made me really nervous. And again, that was really confronting, being, okay, well, yeah, I'm a normal woman and I don't fit the standard size. And we made it work.
We did.
And since then, I think it was a real stepping stone in my journey, in my journey to self-love. And after experiencing this, I think it really enabled me to get to a point where I could look at myself weighing, I think I was about 90 kilos, look at myself in the mirror and go, you know what, Anne, I love you just the way you are. And once I got to that point, because I really, truly, deeply loved who I was, that's my own experience. I was like, I want to look after this body. I want to love this body. I want to treasure this body. So I changed some things in the way that I eat, some eating habits, and I started thinking more about what I was putting in my body, because I love my body. And this has led to weight loss for me. And so it's really a big journey. It's really exciting. So when I go clothes shopping now, I buy a size that is smaller than what I've ever worn. And so every time I'm in the changing room, I'm like, ooh, I'm doing this little dance. And it's not about the size. It's just about having gotten to that point where, you know, whatever the size I am, I can look at myself and I can go, you rock, and just the way you are. So, and doing this project with you was a big stepping stone on that journey. So thank you very much.
Oh, thank you,
Wow.
Anne. Thank you. Now listening to what you said, I remember, I don't know who was talking about this, but it made perfect sense. And we don't realize often, especially for body image and how you accept your physical self. And people struggle every day to lose weight. And we don't actually realize that you cannot change or impact anything that you dislike or that you hate? How this is going to, this relationship is, it's not going to motivate you. This is why also I believe that most programs and exercises and things fail, because you're not motivated behind. You just hate this body, and you work for a week and then you say, oh, this is too much of a struggle. When what you did was the shift of, oh, I like how I am today, and naturally it went away. You were freeing yourself, in a sense. So
I did a lot of mindset work as well, you know,
yeah.
and identified limiting beliefs and things that were keeping me stuck. And that was very freeing as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and shutting the voice we all have behind. In this sense, Astuti, do you mind telling me what we talked about in regards of the images that you have in that you have framed, and it was so beautiful how you shared with me, and especially because Astuti is I love this, subconscious reprogrammer, and this is I have experienced it on myself, and I can testify that it's such a powerful thing when we actually put our mind to something and we are kind of limitless. So please do share what impact it has for you in your, we were talking about self-portrait and how it can impact your whole life.
Yeah. So thank you, Zuri, for asking that question. Is this I think the word I use when I share what is the journey for me in this project was cathartic. So I mentioned earlier that my journey throughout my life is about balancing feminine, masculine, and glamour. When Zuri wrote glamour photo, was captivating for me, but really scary for me, because in my mind, glamour means super feminine. Glamour means showing feminine body that I have. And this was a body that I have not been fully comfortable with. I was starting to get comfortable with it, but not yet. So when we did the session, Zuri asked me, what is a part of your body that you want to accentuate through this process, or want to highlight throughout this process, but very uncomfortable for you? And I remember saying to her, my curve. I'm very curvaceous everywhere. You see it all over my body, everywhere. So, and she said, okay. And I was like, okay. And it's very daunting for me to go through the process, but we did it. When I received the photograph, when it was revealed to me, I was completely beside myself, because I saw the photo and blurred out, Zuri, she is beautiful, and I'm in love with her. And as I was saying these words, I left my body and came back. Because
this is so sweet.
I was like, I'm in love with her. And I was and Zori's like, oh, and I was like, and the whole system was like catching up to this statement, basically. When I saw my photo, and I have it on the wall, so I couldn't bring it here. The queen is there. I can see myself there in the curve, in the most beautiful places. And I see this power, this strength in her. So I was completely just mesmerized by my own image, which I don't see. I never dress up like that. I don't even have a dress like this. This came from Zori. And for me, that was a moment where, oh my God, that's me. That's a part of me that I sense is there, but I never saw her. I never met her. And through the photo, I met her. And she's there. And I may never, I don't know, wear this kind of dress again, take this kind of photos again. But I was like, that's her. That's her. I'm there. She's me. I'm her. And this was really profound. It was going into very deep places in myself. And since then, I decided that I'm going to reprogram my subconscious mind by looking at these photos. So I print out three photos. Okay, not print out. There were 6 that Zori sent, and I framed 3 that of my favorite one where the curve was showing everywhere, and my eyes was really strong also. And I see it. I put this frame in front of my desk, and I see her every day. And I see that it's reprogramming, because it's basically telling my subconscious mind, she's here, you are her. So it's almost like it's an integration process between myself that is coming out through these photos and who I am that I see every day in the mirror. And I kid you not, how this actually helped me is I'm much more comfortable being visible. The reason why I joined in 2019 was I was really trying to get to a place where I can show up in public in the mission that I have through my work much more comfortably. I had a podcast channel, but I wasn't really comfortable speaking. I want to do more public speaking. I want to do this kind of video. I wanted to do a lot of things because I would like to share what I know. I would like to offer what I know to people, and I have to show up for that. And there's always doubt about how do I look funny and whatever, and people will not listen to me, whatever. And Anne was saying, like, all these noises that stopped me from feeling comfortable as me showing up. And since then, now I'm Instagram talking for like half an hour, not looking at my face and how I look like and how, is my ass big and not whatever, but it's more, but I own me. I own the essence, and I'm focusing on that energy. And so for me, that was really beautiful, because now I feel like my light is shining, and I'm comfortable to be known that I exist, basically. So, and this reprogramming, so this photo for me, the self-portrait, is almost like it's like a visual mantra or affirmations about who I am. I am more than who I see in the mirror. There's so much more of me that shows up in different times, that, and it looks different in different time. And this is one of this is the image for me, is the queen of my queenhood, basically. And after burnout, that's all I wanted. I just want to have a life where I'm ruling in it. And I get it. Thank you, Zori.
Thank you, Astuti. Thank you so
Wow.
much. This was beautiful. This was very beautiful. I had such a wonderful time talking to you recently about this, because I'm all in my head, and this is all I want to give to women. When they see an image of themselves and they say, God, I'm in love with her, like, my mission is accomplished. I just wished for them to see beyond the physical, and this time around, I decided, last time it was, I was just trying everything, and I had even younger women participating. This time I decided to dedicate it to women over 40. So starting from age of 40, because I feel like at 40, you start to really appreciate life in general. I think you really become a woman, and not a girl anymore, a true woman. And I do believe that women over 40 have so much strength and wisdom, in a true sense of the word, and beauty, and so much to share. And in that sense, please do share, what do you think about the image of a 40 years old and over a woman in today's society. Well, what is your thought on this? Christine, you can start.
Yeah, that's a good question. As we all know, most of all, younger women are seen everywhere in ads, in magazines, but I really think I really think that there is an awareness of elderly or elder women and wiser women. I think it's more and more coming back. And anyway, when you see a woman with 50, I turned 50 last year, but I still feel very, very young. So maybe everybody says from herself, but and when you see a woman like 60 or 70, look, Patricia, you're still a girly, you know. You said before you were the eldest in our group, but it doesn't feel so. So I think we all feel, or we all are in one big group, or in one gang, let's say, in one gang. So I think it's coming back. I hope so. I really hope so. And definitely this campaign helps, but it should be worldwide and everywhere.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Christine. Patricia, what do you think?
I think it's like you've proposed a melting pot of woman power. Because if we put all these women together and everything that they have lived and everything they're living and everything they're going towards, it creates a huge hub of feminine power.
Mm-hmm.
And we contaminate each other with that. Like Astuti said, you know, she's becoming more powerful, and Anne too. And we have to become more powerful because our collective needs the balance. Women have suffered from patriarchy. Women have suffered from being denigrated or second-class citizens, or not appreciated or not heard, not seen and heard. And creating this hub of feminine power is something very precious, and I think it's a real contribution to the collective. Women Rock Switzerland's writing a book on women's experiences. They've asked me to write the beginning of it, and it's about the maturation process of a woman. And a woman goes from the young Puella, the young girl, from innocence to wisdom, and that's her path. And we're all on the path. And you're right, Zori, as of 40, we're getting closer and closer and closer being women, because at 20, it's all about what does the neighbor look like? What does fashion say? What do the posters on the street look like? Who am I? Do I look like what I pretend? But at 40, it's not the same. At 50, it's not the same. So we're all on a path towards maturation, and maturation means wisdom. And the world needs feminine wisdom. And if we had it, we wouldn't have any conferences on climate change, and we wouldn't have any problem with Corona, because we would simply be women and take care, because women are about feeling and intuition. And that's their task in life, is to revalue it, put it in its right place. Feeling and intuition, that's our function. And we've all got it. So yes, you've created a hub of power. We are powerful women. And for those who didn't think they were, they're getting there, that's for sure. And you've helped so much. You've helped so much with this campaign. And I'm dying to see the next campaign, because you're going to do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's a very exciting, for me, it's exciting because it's touching the collective. And we need that. We live in a very sick world. Coronavirus means that mankind is sick. And we don't get it. And we don't get that Mother Nature is a living entity and that she is responding to man's behavior. And man's dissociation is lack of link with nature. And we are part of nature and we are beautiful.
Exactly.
And we are perfect. And that's the way it is. So it's about becoming the true self. And that's what you make shine in us through that lens. It's actually a sphere of magic. It's not practical function.
I agree with you. I agree with you,
Absolutely.
Patricia.
Me too. And it's not my invention.
It's
I
not
don't
an invention. It's channeled. It's channeled. It's a sphere of magic. So
Thank
good
you.
luck to those who enter into this sphere of magic with you. We'll all be there rooting for them.
Thank you, Patricia. Listen to this lady. She's been long enough here to so much wisdom. This is why I love this so much. It truly, I cannot stop repeating that, I went very unaware and naive into this, and I finished the project and I was in it. So imagine the impact it had on you and how it multiplied 21 times for me, because I was lucky to hear all your stories. And I was the one who, when we did the exhibition, you all, obviously you knew your pictures, but you didn't know the pictures of the other ladies because I haven't shared them before. And I was so excited, and I saw, between you meeting for the first time, but you actually knew each other from online, and seeing, oh, is this really you? Your picture is beautiful. And it was such an exciting moment. I'm actually a bit envious because there were, many people, and I was just saying, hi, how are you? I couldn't really absorb everything that happened. But, after I was watching the video and receiving feedback, it's one of the highlights of my life. And before starting this Zoom recording, we were saying that, it's like, what did you say, Patricia? Like, it wasn't a vanity, you used another word, but like, oh, we are a group of admiring our own image and narcissistic thing. And we were just today talking with the Astuti. This is something that I get a lot from women, is that, one of the objections when they come for a photo shoot, they say, okay. Yes. Say quickly hello and go.
Hello.
Je vais arriver bientôt, okay?
Maman, pourquoi t'as pris mes livres?
You have grown.
Yes.
He has grown.
He has
Yeah.
grown. Wow. Since the exhibition, he has grown.
Yeah.
Va avec papa, s'il te plaît.
A little man.
So yeah, I was saying, women, unfortunately, we are so, filled with insecurities, because I feel, that's why I ask you, what do you think that how we are represented out of the 14 society? We are constantly bombarded every day with not directly saying, but you're not good enough. If you buy this wrinkle cream, you'll be a little bit better. If you buy this lipstick, if you buy this dress, if you buy this Weight Watchers losing weight program, or whatever it is. And often I get this objection, I don't know if I should go for this glamour photo shoot. It feels a little bit too much of a vanity thing, like why I should put that many pictures of me on the wall. It feels uncomfortable. Who would do that? And talking to more and more women, I realize, and today I tell them, listen, it's not vanity, it's not being selfish or narcissist and anything like this. I say it's, I like to call it a self-love moment. You just, how we are so full of love. I'm so full of love for you, for all of you. And I have all the compliments in the world, and truly coming from my heart for all of you. And still, when we have to do it for ourselves, we are so limited in compliments, right? And we leave that voice behind, and hopefully with age and maturity, I think we start appreciating ourselves better. But we have this tendency of being such a good friend and person with others, and then being so brutal at times and on how we look, and like you wouldn't even talk to anybody else, you know, the way you sometimes you talk to yourself in your head and how you look, right? So I definitely think that I wanna pass this message that it's really one step further in your journey of self-love, and you deserve this. You deserve to be celebrated, and it's not a selfish thing. Like, you've been giving yourself all your life to others and to the happiness of others, which is fantastic. But it starts from you. You have to have a healthy relationship with who you are, to show up in a great energy for others as well. So, Anne, do you want to tell us as well about how do you feel, or just to change, you can tell me, how old are you today, Anne?
I'm 41.
41. Congratulations, you look fantastic.
Yeah.
At 41. How do you feel today in your own skin of a woman at 41, compared to maybe how you felt in your 20s and 30s? Would you go back there? just share how you feel today as a woman in your 40s.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I think maybe my journey is not typical in that I don't like today, even I can't say that I like the body I had in my 20s. So I think a lot of young women, when I see that, they might not love themselves, but I think a lot of young women realize that their body is beautiful. There is no wrinkles. It's soft, you know, it's got all these qualities. It's new, hasn't given birth, you know, you haven't breastfed, you haven't done all these things. But yeah, I love my body now more than ever. And it's interesting because my brother told me, he's 3 years younger than me, and he told me not very long ago, he was looking at me and I said, what? And he says, and the older you get, the more beautiful you get. And it was really nice. But I think it's a reflection of my inner journey. Yes. And I've been thinking a lot about that because these past few days, I lost an auntie last week, and her funeral is tomorrow. And she was such a powerful woman, and her power was uniting people. So she had this energy and this ability to bring people together, and that she had this until her last breath. So, you know, through this whole Corona business going on, some members of the family, we've kind of drifted apart because of, you know, differing opinions or whatever. But you know what? We were all around her during those last few days. And our differences didn't matter anymore. Or those who thought they mattered, it didn't matter for them anymore. And when I think of her, I don't think about her beauty or her outer appearance. I think about she was such a beautiful woman because she was so beautiful inside. And I aspire, I was like, well, yeah, when the day I die, who cares what body I had? But the impact that I had on people, that's what's going to stay forever. And so all this is mixed into, our body image, but that's not to say that our body isn't important. Of course it is. And the things that we can experience by doing this photo shoot with you are so precious. And I think it really enables us to embrace who we are, not only physically, but as a person. And I think from the age of 40, women embrace who they are more and more the older they get, the whole of them. Yeah, so I think it's a great idea to photograph women over 40. I think there's going to be a lot of power and beauty and sexiness and experience, and yeah, I can't wait to see those pictures.
Thank you, Anne. I would ask you a final question. It has been wonderful to hear what you have shared. I'm honestly so lucky to have met you. You're all beautiful inside and out. What would you say? So the idea now is that we celebrate women over 40, and the first time around, my topic was more to find women with different life stories and everybody to relate to their life story and how they pull through, and very inspirational, not in any case anything to be desperate about, very strong women. This time around, I want to celebrate women over 40, in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and just have this message of I feel good enough the way I look. I think, showing myself the way I am, I'm beautiful at 40, 50, 60 and plus. And I want other women who look at me and who hear my, my story, whatever it is. It doesn't need to be about any struggle, just the way you, any wisdom you want to share. So other women that are in this age group, over 40, they can feel this is like a permission to feel good enough, because as I said, we are too much bombarded of, oh, you're not good enough. So what would you say personally to women over 40? What message do you want to leave them with, or any advice you want to give them? What is beauty after 40? What is life after 40? What is the important thing, to concentrate? And also, how important do you think that showing yourself after 40 with love and appreciation about yourself as a mother, as an aunt, as a community leader, how important do you think is for the younger generation, for our children, for yeah, this is basically
so many questions.
I lost. So yeah, so what would you say to women over 40, and as well to the younger generation, girls and boys, I think, as well?
Yeah, can I start?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm 48 this year, getting ready to catch up with Christine. And I see Christine as in her 50s grade.
Yeah.
And I see Patricia 60s, 70s grade. So I would say everything that is in your body, everything that is in your energy system, everything is a badge of honor. You're here today. That means you survive, you thrive, you're meant to be here. So give yourself a chance to bring that woman out, to let her be seen by the world, by you first and foremost, and by the world, because she deserves the recognition from you, first and foremost, and from the people around her. It's a badge of honor. It's not a scar. It's a scar, but it's a badge of honor.
And to the younger generation, what would you add?
Being a woman is a process. It's a process. There's a maturation process. It requires life experiences. It requires reflections. Just because you're getting certain age doesn't mean you're a woman. So go through that process with grace. Be kind to yourself. You get there. I'm still becoming more of a woman, and I'm 48 almost.
Of course.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, Astuti. Christine?
I want to catch up with the same as Astuti began, because I think over 40, over 50, over 60, and so on, we will get there. And I think we will get better and better. You know, like a good piece of fruit, or a good bottle of wine. Whiskey, of course, whiskey. I think we get better and better, and it took for myself, it took a while to understand, and I feel grateful to be 50, and I'm looking forward for the next 10, 20 years to come, and show off, and to be. So I think this is very, very important. And for the younger, or for the kids and teenage and 20s, I don't think they can see us as I didn't see people in their 50s. They were very old for me by then. And I really think it takes these years of self-growth to see what others have gone through and experienced, and grow were growing by themselves. And yeah.
Thank you,
I think
dear.
we still are growing, all of us.
Always, yes.
Always, yeah.
Patricia?
Yes, well, I would say being yourself more and more and more is a coming to self of selfhood, what we call. And like you say, it's a maturational process. At every step of the way, it has its gifts. At my age, I can say the gifts just flow in. It's
Wow.
amazing. So many things don't count anymore. So many things become more precious. It's a surprise for me how lovely it is to be at my age. And I think if we're the outside model of what the young people have to integrate, that's all we have to be. We don't even have to say it, we just have to be it. But what I find at my age is some things simply aren't important anymore. Even past traumas just drop away, the effects drop away, and there's a kind of freedom. Yes, there's a freedom to be yourself that is a wonderful sensation. So I encourage everybody, keep growing, and wherever it's stuck, know that you can get beyond it. Everybody can get beyond everything. The women in this group have proven it. Everybody can get beyond everything. And like you said, what happened to me is not what I choose to be. What happened to me is my story, but I choose to be who I am. And that's not the same thing. So I work on women's myth, discovering their myth. And I think, yes, we're all Venuses, we're all Aphrodites, and we're all wise women. And that's something that is really precious. We need feminine wisdom in the world. It's the most important thing at the moment, actually. So yeah, keep going. Just keep being yourself more and more, more and more. Whatever the story is, that's not who you choose to be. Anne has proven it. Christine has proven it. Everybody has proven it. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, my dear. It's so lovely to hear every time you speak is music for my ears. I want to grow up like you, honestly. And just it is a gift to be able to appreciate life the way you do it. And I don't think it's only about being the age you are. So I see a lot of grumpy people at 74, you know, they're unhappy from life. So
it's terrible.
Yeah, so it's wonderful that you are where you are, and I think there is something so fascinating of, as you say, of letting go of so many, you know, unimportant things that we catch up being sometimes, you know, personally when I have a little problem and it really is stuck with me for 3 days, honestly, and then after 3 days it flies away, but for 3 days kind of deeply bothering me and I cannot think of anything else. And I think with age, hopefully this will be like, oh, I don't have time for this, right?
You know enough women to pick up the phone and get rid of it quicker than 3 days.
Anne?
I think to the women over 40, I would say, love yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be grateful for the body that you do have and everything that it does for you. And love even the bits that are not working properly. Because when we love ourselves truly and deeply, all of ourselves, our body actually feels better and it works better. Embrace for all ages. Women, just embrace your body, embrace who you are. The younger generations, I want to say, you know, I have a daughter who's almost 13, so it's becoming interesting. And I want to say to her, you know, just break away from those pictures. Just let them be. Just be you. Break the molds. Just embrace who you are and be proud of who you are and wear whatever you want and just be you. And I think all generations need to hear that. And also smile, because when you smile, everybody is beautiful with a smile. So that's what I would say to, again, all generations. Smile.
Yeah, that's a beautiful message, because yeah, this is the best makeup you can wear, right? A smile. Okay, I will say just 2 lines to wrap this up. I asked you as well for the young generation, because for me this project has 3 missions, so to speak. So the first one, as I said, I find women over 40 really mesmerizing, and me being through this process with you the first time, I'm 35 going towards 36. I'm not yet in my 40s, but I can't wait, and I feel like you've given me a taste of it, which is very exciting. I used to as well, like Christine say, think that people over 40 in general, around 50, they are super old, and what they have to live about, you know, what's exciting for them. And I want to celebrate women and all they have after 40s. And so it's a personal invitation for them just to do it for yourself, first of all. celebrate yourself. Maybe you have never done it, maybe you've done it. You deserve to do it even if you wish every year, because you are a wonderful human being and you are nurturing by nature. We are all kind of mothers by nature to our friends, to our family. So do it for yourself. And then a second goal is to, of course, inspire those, as we did the first time, with our image, just showing, okay, I look fabulous at 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. If I find, please tag a woman if you know a woman in her 90s, it would be amazing to photograph her.
Yeah.
And then the third thing is, I don't underestimate the power it has on our you know, on our children, so to speak, the younger generation, because from the stories I heard, I feel like we all have the little traumas from our childhood. Some are bigger than others, but it all starts from there. And usually who are your biggest role models? It's usually the closest to you, your mom, your grandmother. It's usually the female, as it used to be, the one taking care of the children and the education. And you look at your mom, and if she, like your kids, and for example, they are so lucky that today you have this energy of appreciation towards yourself, and inevitably it will impact the way your daughter will mature. I think she will mature in loving herself quicker than some of her girlfriends, because the example you see and what they see for poor kids on Instagram, you know, they only see fake, you know, perfection, and they are bombarded by their, you know, peers to filter their bodies. And so I have this, I feel this responsibility. I want to have this responsibility through you and through the women who will sign up for this one, to give them as well. They, as you say, Christine, they probably won't understand it right away, the message you're giving them, but it's a little step of, oh, you see, it's another image of beauty, and she's looking fantastic and 50, and she's feeling well, great about herself. So she will inspire inevitably the young ones. And for the boys, they will be one day you know, husbands, so they will need to properly support the women around them, and, you know, not diminishing them, but telling them constantly that, you know, helping them on that journey, that they are good enough and beautiful enough, and who cares about everything that is, you know, not falling into the ideal, you know. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here tonight with me and sharing everything you have shared. It's always very nostalgic to me to talk to you and go back there. It's been 2 years, even more, a little bit more. And I will be forever grateful to have met you. And I'm super excited to do this again. So for everybody who wants to apply, just check my website, zoriart.com, and you will find all the information. And please be there to support them.
Of course. Be lovely.
Thank
Absolutely.
you very much.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, we can wrap it here, Astuti.
Was great seeing you again.